Bustling streets of 1930s London, smoky chimneys, the chatter of city dwellers, and the distant hum of traffic. But if you looked up, you might spot a rather unusual sight. Babies suspended in cages hanging outside apartment windows. Enter the world of the baby cage. As city populations swelled and green spaces became a luxury, parents grappled with a unique challenge: how to give their infants the recommended dose of fresh air without a backyard or a balcony. The solution, some believed, was the baby cage. Essentially, it was a wire enclosure, much like a large bird cage, that could be secured to the outside of a window. Inside, a baby could play or nap, ostensibly benefiting from the open air many floors above the ground. The design was endorsed by health professionals of the time, advocating that sunlight and fresh air were crucial for a child's development, even if it meant dangling them outside a high rise. Modernized, the concept might seem alarming, even outrageous. There were, of course, concerns about safety, not to mention the pollution from the streets below, but for parents in the dense urban environment of London, it was a novel attempt to merge city living with the health beliefs of the day. The rise of urban centers brought with it not only the hustle and bustle of city life, but also the challenges of ensuring personal safety and security. Amid this backdrop, a unique invention emerged in the form of the anti-bandit bag. In the mind of its inventor, this was to be the ultimate deterrent against thieves and muggers. The idea was deceptively simple. If someone tried to snatch the bag, they would be in for a big surprise. At the core of the bag's defense mechanism was an alarm, designed to blare loudly upon any sudden movement. But that wasn't all. The real piece de resistance was a 100-foot coil of wire hidden discreetly within the bag. The theory: if a thief tried to make a hasty getaway, this wire would unspool, hampering their escape and making it easier for bystanders or law enforcement to catch up. But as innovative as it sounded on paper, in reality there were complications. Imagine walking down the street, accidentally jostling your bag and setting off your own alarm, or the awkward moments when the wire would uncoil unexpectedly, turning a casual stroll into a scene of comedic chaos. The roaring 20s, an era of jazz, flappers, and wooden bathing suits? Yes, you heard that right. In the 1920s, inventors came up with a truly bizarre twin: bathing suits made of wood. Referred to as spruce girls, women would don suits made of thin horizontal strips of wood that were sewn into a fabric backing. The idea behind these wooden wonders: they were believed to help swimmers float, making swimming easier for everyone. Spoiler alert, they did not. In reality, these suits were bulky, uncomfortable, and definitely not conducive to a graceful swim. They were more a fashion faux pas than a functional flotation device. It's possible this was as much a PR stunt by the timber industry as an actual attempt at fashion, but the fact is that these textile travesties existed nonetheless. The 1950s, an era synonymous with rock and roll, drive-in movies, and an undying spirit of romance. Amid the greased hairdos and poodle skirts, an eccentric invention caught the attention of many: the cigarette holder for two. At a time when smoking was glamorized in movies and considered a hallmark of sophistication, this unique contraption was introduced to the market. It wasn't just a cigarette holder, it was a symbol of intimacy and shared moments designed for couples. It allowed both individuals to share a single cigarette, with two mouthpieces branching from a central holder. Imagine a quiet evening, the setting sun casting a golden hue, and a couple, lost in each other's eyes, shared whispered secrets in a single cigarette, Lady and the Tramp style. It's a beautiful scene, ain't it? However, as with many novelty items, its practicality was questionable. The challenges of coordinating puffs or the sheer awkwardness of the experience made it more of a quirky accessory than a practical tool. In the sophisticated drawing rooms of the Victorian era, where every detail was a reflection of class and elegance, even the simple act of drinking tea presented a unique challenge for the well-groomed gentlemen of the time. How does one maintain a magnificent mustache without becoming a tea-soaked mess? Enter the mustache guard. For the discerning Victorian man who took pride in his meticulously styled mustache, this accessory was nothing short of a revelation. Crafted delicately, often from porcelain or bone china, the mustache guard was an ingenious addition to teacups. It consisted of a semicircular ledge that sat inside the rim, allowing a man to sip his tea while the guard shielded and protected his mustache from the hot liquid. It wasn't just about keeping the mustache dry, it was about preserving the wax and styling that many men invested time in perfecting. A drooping, tea-soaked mustache was simply not the done thing in polite society.